Hey guys, today I decided to do this classic gold smoky eye look. I love this look because it's super versatile and can be worn almost anywhere. Hope you guys enjoy watching. So I'm starting off with my skin. I'm just applying Hourglass's number 28 primer serum. What I'm doing now is applying MAC's Blemish Control Gel. I love this for breakouts. You basically put it over wherever you have a breakout and it seals the area so no makeup gets inside. Now I'm applying MAC's CC cream in the color Adjust. This evens out any redness that I have on my cheeks and allows me to have a nice even skin tone when I apply my foundation. I'm using MAC's Face and Body. This one's my favorite foundation ever. I love the super lightweight texture of it and just the way that it helps powders adhere to the surface. And I'm just using that same 130 brush that I used to apply the CC cream. I'm going to apply a little bit more coverage in the spots that I need it. I'm going to use my Clé de Peau concealer stick. This one's in the color Honey. So just very lightly touching it up on the cheeks, a little bit on the forehead, and then I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend it out. Underneath my eyes, I like to use MAC's Prolongwear concealer. This one is in the shade NW25, and again, I'm just going to blend it out with my beauty blender. I'm going to start off my contour with the LA Girl concealer in Beautiful Bronze. So I'm just going to take out a little bit on the back of my hand, just to make sure too much doesn't squirt out of the brush, and make really fine lines on the sides of my cheekbones, just because a little bit of this goes a long way. And I'm still using that same 130 brush to buff it out. I'm also going to take a little bit of that, whatever's left on my brush, across my forehead, just to warm things up a little bit. Now I'm taking Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer in Custard to highlight. So I just like to apply this in the shape that you see underneath my eyes, just to brighten. To set my highlight, I like to use Laura Mercier's translucent powder. And I like to use my damp beauty blender, and I pack it on underneath my eyes. I don't wait too long, so I like to take my MAC Mineral Skinfinish and a fluffy brush like the 168 and really buff it out. Throughout my face, I used Medium Plus, and on the contours, I'm using the shade Medium Dark in the Skinfinish. Alright, now that the skin is done, we're going to move on to brows. I just like to brush up my brows first so I can see the shape. And to fill them in, I'm using MAC Spiked Eyebrow Pencil. I always change up my brow products. Lately I haven't been filling them in too much just because I'm trying to stray away from a super structured brow. But given my eyebrow shape, they already are super structured, so this is the least amount I can do. I don't really like to use a concealer underneath my brow. I like to pretty much just use one product all over, so I like to use my eyeshadow primer. So this is just MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm using a synthetic brush, MAC 242, to apply it and clean up underneath. I love the shade of Painterly because it lightens the tone of my eyelids. It basically stops my eyelids from matching the color of my shirt, because that's just not how fashion works. I'm going to begin applying my eyeshadow with my MAC 224 brush, and I'm going to start using the Melt Dark Matter Stack, and I like to start with the shade Blur just to start mapping out my eyelid. And to start gradually adding a little bit more depth, I'm applying the shade Unseen right underneath where I started to blend out Blur. I'm going to go ahead and deepen it further. I'm going to use MAC's Brown Script and MAC's 221 brush. Didn't I say I didn't want my eyelids to match my shirt? Anyways, I love this little brush because it packs so much color and it blends it out so beautifully. But I'm going for a softer fade, so I'm going to go back in with my 224 brush and really buff it out. Bam! Look at those matching eyelids. So for the glitter, I'm going to use Sugarpill's Goldilux Pigment. I love this pigment because it applies really smoothly, even though it does have some glitter and a lot of reflex in it. And I didn't need to wet it to get it that pigmented. I'm using that same 242 brush that I used to carve out my brow and apply the Painterly paint pot, just because synthetic bristles do pick up loose pigment a little bit better than anything with a natural fluffy hair. Alright, a quick look at what we've done so far before we move on. At this point, I'm going to douse myself in Fix Plus to set all the layers of makeup that we have so far and the glitter pigment that we applied. I'm going to deepen the crease using a mixture of MAC's Sketch and Embark, and I'm using that 221 brush that I used to apply Brown Script earlier. The reason why I'm mixing these two colors together is because Sketch is a really dark plum color, and I don't want it to be super purpley, so I'm using Embark, which is a little bit browner, to tone it down. For my eyeliner, I like using MAC's 263 brush with Laura Mercier's cream liner in the color Noir. That's the darkest black that they have. And I like the 263 brush because it's super precise. Again, it's synthetic hair like the 242 brush I used earlier. I like the consistency of the Laura Mercier cream liner, and I like how dark it is. I don't have to keep applying it over and over again to get it that black. For my lashes, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty lashes in the number 7 Samantha lash, and I'm going to use her lash glue as well. It's amazing. It dries super fast. I don't need to wait for it to dry, so I can literally just stick on my lashes and they're done. The Samantha lash is probably my favorite just because they're super full and wispy and fun, and it gives you a glam look without looking over the top. To finish up the eyes, I'm going to take my MAC 219 brush and dip it into the Sketch and Embark mixture that I started with before, and I'm just going to outline the bottom of my eyes instead of using eyeliner to give it more of a soft smoky effect. Last thing I'm going to do is apply some mascara. This is MAC Extended Play. It's my fave mascara ever. It doesn't make your eyelashes look chunky, but it gives you the right amount of length and definition. Just to add some more color, I'm going to add MAC Gingerly as my blush, using that 168 brush that I had used before to apply all my powders. For my highlight, I'm going to use the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, and I'm going to use the side of my 168 brush and just really softly apply it to the sides of my temples and my cheekbone. Also going to take a little bit down the bridge of my nose and on the top of my lip. I'm going to add a little bit more bronzer. This is MAC's Refined Golden, just around my cheekbones where I started my contour and my forehead. This is a good trick if you're transitioning into summer and you're a little bit tanner and your foundation is a little bit too light. Just add a little bit of bronzer around your face and you're good to go. I'm applying MAC Chicory Lip Liner all over my entire lips. I usually do this with all my lip pencils just so my lipstick has more staying power. And for my lipstick, I'm using Dose of Colors in the shade Bear With Me. And I'm just applying it to the center and then pressing it in with my finger so it has a softer fade. Alright, and there's a completed look. Hooray, it all matches my t-shirt. Winning! Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Let me know if you have any questions or any ideas on any other videos you might like to see.